In the days of the stationary threshing machine, 15 to 40 men comprised a crew, but by far the most appreciated hands were the cooks. The cook, with 1 or 2 young helpers, was in charge of the Cook Wagon. The wagon was parked 40 to 50 yards on the windward side of the threshing operation. This kitchen on wheels was around 18 feet long and about 10 feet wide. Cooking was done on a wood or coal stove placed at one end of the wagon. There were cabinets for storage, an icebox, and some small tables to seat the men in shifts. The cook's day began at about 3 a.m. Generally, the meal schedule was breakfast at 5, dinner at noon, and supper at 8. Some crews were served mid-morning and afternoon refreshments. Perspiration poured from the cooks as they toiled over the suffocating heat of the cook stove and under the radiating heat of a summer sun. A small amount of ventilation was available from the doors at the ends of the wagon and from the sides if they could be swung up and fastened open.
The Cook Wagon was like a trailer that you see today on the streets. It was supplied with a cook stove, but there was nothing else but the table and the benches. Few cupboards to put dishes in while we were using it. Father always hired a cook to help Mother. She was a married woman and her husband worked with the crew. My sister was old enough to be the helper. Leora went with the cook to the field. Mother was at the ranch house and made all the bread, the pies, and planned the meals.
It is hard to imagine the quantity of food that was prepared from scratch to feed these crews. A meal for a large crew could require beef roasts of 20 pounds or more, 10 pounds of potatoes mashed for dinner or supper, gallons of gravy, several loaves of homemade bread, 5 pies, 2 or 3 cakes, or dozens of cookies with a beverage of milk or coffee. Pies were made for dinner and cakes or cookies for supper. At least 5 or 6 loaves of homemade bread were baked daily.
There would be about 15 to 18 men for the cookhouse. Mother fed the rest at the home ranch. I was her helper. Mother's summer menu was Mondays was wash day with red beans, boiled potatoes, meat and a vegetable, and pie. Supper was a roast, mashed taters, vegetables, fruit, and cake. Breakfast was biscuits, fried taters, ham and eggs, and always lots and lots of coffee. Tuesday was ironing day with macaroni and cheese. Thursday was white beans and steak. Friday, always some fish for noon meal, plus other meats. Father butchered our own meat, so always lots of things to feed the men. When the men brought their dirty dishes and plates to the kitchen after their meal, I had to clean and sack them and ready them for the cook to do the washing, and we re-dried and reset the table as we had 3 settings at each meal. Not enough room for all at one time.
The water buck, with his team of horses, was assigned to move the wagon when necessary and to do all of the heaviest lifting around the wagon. Cooks took great pride in their meals, and a farmer who provided good grub had no difficulty hiring a steady, hard-working crew during the summer.